In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Arc Commander Colt for the Vintage Collection. So I've been really wanting the Arc Commander Colt for my collection for a long time now. Unfortunately, I missed out on the original Clone Wars pack that came out, I think it was around 2010 or 11. And that pack today is probably one of the most valuable and sought after packs that Hasbro has ever released. So I know it came with Commander Colt, and I'm pretty sure it came with Havoc, but at that time I don't think he was named as Havoc. It also came with Captain Fordo in a Dave Filoni style Clone Wars look. And I think it may have came with a Captain Rex as well. And if you buy all those action figures individually, they usually run you up a pretty penny. Probably up in the hundreds even. The Rex, not so much, but the other three that it comes with. And I think that's just the 4 figures it comes with. There may be one other. I forget. But with that being said, even though I still will be hunting down Commander Colt and the rest of that pack every now and then, and hopefully we'll find it for a good price at some point, I'm very happy to have this version of Colt in my collection. Nothing unique about this action figure at all, really. It's the same ARC Trooper sculpt that we've been getting for the previous, what are we up to now, 7 or 8 ARC characters that we've gotten in this sculpt. And we still have Blitz along the way that's utilizing the same exact sculpt as this. But still, it's a great color scheme, and I would argue this is the best ARC Trooper in this particular sculpt that we've gotten. After having him in hand for a couple days now and seeing what he's all about, I would argue this might be my favorite. It's either him or Fives. But without saying anything further with it, let's just go ahead and take a look at this package. So I distinctively recall this scene in the Clone Wars. This is when Commander Colt was addressing, I believe Fives and Echo were there, but it's when he's saying we fight together, rule number 1. It's a pretty good scene. And I think he's part of Ranker Battalion, which I always thought was such a cool name. It's VC 276, getting pretty close to 300 now. I'm not sure what VC 300 is going to be yet, but I know the recently announced Revan is going to be 301. So I have lots of these reviewed on the channel now. I have this entire bottom row now, and I have the Clone, and Hunter, and Piet. So that's the package. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So a very crisp paint scheme he has going on. Nothing looks sloppy or blotched up at all, at least for the sample I have. I think Hasbro has improved their quality control over the last few figures, and this one's no exception. I know when you may have seen it in my 501st 3-pack review I did with Fives, Echo, and Jesse. That pack was a little sloppy when it first came out. The visor might be off, and some of the paint might be a little blotchy, but that hasn't seemed to be the case with the succeeding releases, or the next few releases of the Fives, Echo, and Jesse, and same with Havoc, and then now Colt. Some nice red colors with him, nice grays. Nice pattern on his comma here. And nice paint scheme he has on his helmet. He has these little dashes at the bottom of his chin there. So in terms of articulation, same in that we've been getting the ball joint to head, and then hinge shoulders and elbows, hinge wrists, it's a hinge waist, yeah. Then hinged hips, and swivel thigh. Technically, even though the comma is very restrictive of those, you can't really use the hip articulation very well. Ooh, the antenna is very loose on mine. But he does have hinge knees and rocker ankles as well. And if I move the antenna, it's pretty loose. So he does have a removable helmet and has a very unique head sculpt. So I'm pretty sure on the previous Commander Colt that we got in the... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, Commander Colt actually was a single release at the time with that ARC Trooper pack. I believe it was actually Blitz and Havoc that it came with. I just recalled. So if you were thinking about adding in the comments that, oh, it was actually Colt was a single card, I just recalled that now. But anyways, about the head sculpt. So this is the first clone we've gotten with the shaved head. It looks pretty good. And I'm pretty sure on the previous version of Colt, he did not have a removable helmet. So nice that he has one now. And the helmet fits on pretty good. I haven't heard any complaints about this helmet, about it being too small or it doesn't fit around the head. Of course, with Colt having a shaved head, it should give him a little bit extra room to work with. And for other weapons and accessories, it's just the same ones the other ARC Troopers came with. The two DC-15 rifles, the shorter one, and then of course the longer one here. And of course, you can plug the shorter DC-15 rifle in his pack here. Just inserting the magazine in the pack. Then we have the two DC-17 blaster pistols, which seem to fit pretty good in his holsters. They're not as loose as some of the other ones I've had. I know I've mentioned that before, where especially with, well, yeah, right there, that one did it. This one seems to stay in place pretty good. But I really can't tell you much more about this action figure. I've talked about this sculpt numerous times on the channel now, and about the only thing left I can really show you is with the paint apps. But I'll go ahead and bring out Havoc here, who I have reviewed on the channel as well. And pretty soon here we should have Blitz coming. I don't have Blitz on pre-order. I'll probably just get them on eBay at some point, like I did with Colt here. And they all look really good together. These are action figures that for many years I've always really wanted for my collection, and I'm finally glad to have these two characters and to add Blitz here pretty soon. It's one of those things where you almost think that you're never going to get them for your collection, and then when you finally do, it's like, yeah, I did that. So it's really nice. So would I recommend Colt for your collection? I totally would. I think Commander Colt is probably one of the more famous clone troopers in recent years, especially from the Dave Filoni Clone Wars series. Highly sought after, and who knows, a couple years from now, even if you don't want him right now, You may want him then, and then he might be through the roof like the original Clone Wars Commander Colt is. I've seen that action figure go $100, $200. As of right now, you can probably get this Commander Colt for probably around the $20 range is a safe bet. He is coming in and out of stock at Walmart.com, at least at the time of this video. And of course, they're $16.99, but then after the shipping and taxes and all that, it's probably gonna be like $25 before it's over with. You might get lucky on eBay, find a non-mint card, like I technically did, but the card looks pretty good anyway. Or just a loose version of Colt, and you might be able to get it for about $25 or less too. So even if you have any remote interest for Commander Colt, I would suggest jumping on it now because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Well, I don't see how anybody would have interest in Commander Colt. I think he's a really cool clone trooper. He had a very honorable death. Probably one of the most memorable scenes from the entirety of the Clone Wars series. So what's there not to like about Commander Colt? Highly recommended. So anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more reviews in the future. There will be lots more to come. And if you have not already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate your support. Check out some of the links in the description as well. Thanks for watching.